Good evening, people. Brett Redman here, Bad Intentions Boxing, and I'm joined by a man whose name is on lots of different people's mouths at the moment, Micky Theo. Micky, fantastic to have you with us. How are you keeping, buddy?
Yeah, good, thank you.
So I think rather than us, as I've just said, pussyfooting around, let's jump straight into it. John, why call out a man that's got such a fearsome reputation?
Well, like I say, one morning I was walking with dogs. He says he claims he's the best 54-year-old on the planet. And I thought to myself, hang about, he ain't. I'm better. And I want to prove it. So I called him out, basically.
And it seemed to be, from the initial call out, that it looked like it was all to do with a charity event. Since then, that seems to have escalated slightly, and there seems to be a bit of bad blood that's possibly come from that. I don't know what your feelings are towards him.
No, there's no bad blood coming from it. And I state that every time I'm making a shout out on YouTube. It's all about a challenge, you know. There's no bad intentions anywhere. It's for a good cause, NHS and the mental ill and whatever. But there's no bad blood at all. There's no grudge. Listen, I wouldn't be having a grudge with someone and talking on the internet, would I? If I had a problem with someone, I wouldn't talk, as you know. So it's all about for a good cause, the NHS, and that's all it was. You know, if other people want to look at it in a different way, they can. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I've made a point. It was like when Billy Joe Saul said, if I've got a problem with John, us gypsies sort it out in their way. And I made a statement, I don't have a problem. It's a pure challenge. He's making it a problem the way he's coming out and saying, I'm going to stick this down your fucking throat and this and that and put your false teeth in, which I don't have any false teeth for that. And he went from there, basically. I just think John got upset. And I think he's portrayed as someone in a high status in the gypsy community. Everyone believes that because he's a big unit, basically. And I think people are scared of him. And you know what? To me, listen, I've done my fair share over the years with Lenny McLean, and he was the governor. He broke my ribs, broke my nose. And to me, I just look at it as, you know, he's another man in front of me. So, you know, he thinks he's the best. Well, prove it. Come and fight me. You know, I'm half his size, half his weight, probably. But I know what I can do, you know. And I'm doing it for good cause. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, you know, the NHS. So here I am, still calling them out. As you know, I've done a billboard in Manchester, calling them out as well. You know, I'm getting serious on this. There's no messing about. It's simple. I'll carry on calling him out until he says, Mick, I don't want to fight you. End of story. That's it. I respect that. But until he says that, I'm going to keep going and firing away and drilling at him.
So the scenario that if he does turn around and accept your fight, how does that fight take place and where does it take place?
Well, because obviously we've got this COVID at the moment, COVID-19. We've got a secret location, or we can have it in York Hall. We looked at this before last May, on 28th of May, we should have sanctioned the fight behind closed doors in a secret location, and boxers are allowed. We passes by with the police and the authorities, and the boxers are allowed. Judges all wear masked up, and 3 people each corner, referee obviously, and the bellman, and it was okay to go ahead. John's manager, Spencer Brown, he was meant to show the documents to John. They arranged the undercard as well, and I was saying, listen, I want 8 threes, you know. I think Spencer was talking about 4 twos. You know, listen, if we're doing pay-per-view, we need to give the audience and the crowd a decent, you know, score for their money, basically. Never come back to me after a week. I was texting him and ringing him and everything. In the end of the day, I just called him what I called him. Spencer's a weasel and John was a chicken, you know. Mild words over the internet, you know. And he come back growling. And since then, it's like Spencer got on the internet and said, listen, we will fight you. You know, when this pandemic's over. And, you know, Spencer, well, I think John wanted the bigger auditorium with all the bells and whistles, which we agreed to build it halfway from Manchester to London, which would be Birmingham, like the NEC or something. Just carried on and on and on. And a bit of bad blood coming from John, we'll say, from his mouth. And then he had 10, I think it was 10 or 20 meetings with with clients of his, like they were sanctioning basically seminars for him all over the country. So I kept on saying to my shout-outs, John, what are you going to say when people say, first question, why didn't you fight Micky Theo? Yeah, what are you going to say then? So what he done, he called me up to Manchester in a day's notice. Yeah. Now me having a tear up with John in Manchester, there's no money involved. It won't be sanctioned or pay-per-view. There's no money to be collected, so it wasn't worth it, was it? So all I'm doing is for John to call me out, come out and agree to fight me. Basically, we'll have it in a auditorium or a private venue somewhere. Obviously, punters and the crowd will come and pay-per-view with us, some money for the NHS, and crack on. You know, that's what it's all about. But going to someone's back garden, someone's backyard, and here and there what he's saying, you don't get nowhere in life, does it? It's like a personal problem. You're going to have a terror with them, you know. This has become a business from the first shout out. Yeah, so much interest shown worldwide here, you know, which shocked me basically. So now it's become a business. It's to draw money for the NHS and the mental health, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
So I think, you know, going back to the last comment that you made, that he called you up to Manchester in a day. So would it be fair to say, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, that when you went up to Manchester and you put the poster up, that is to build the fight, not actually fight the man on the cobbles?
Of course. I went up there. I invested money to put a billboard up there, and we got another 50 going up around Manchester. Yeah, I went up there, and I've done the shout out from the poster, as you've seen, you know, and to let the travelling community know that I'm calling their man out, basically, the X-rated bare knuckle fighter that's never seen fighting on YouTube before, yeah. And I'm still waiting for him to come out, you know, and I'll keep going and drilling it till he comes out. Alternatively, till he says, or his manager says, or he stands up and says, I don't want to fight you, you know, and that's the way it is.
Why do you think John has been intent on having a bare knuckle fight as opposed to a boxing fight?
Well, he was going on about bare knuckle because he probably thought I wouldn't, you know, take the challenge. So I think halfway throughout this year and last year, I said, you know what, John, I've been thinking about it. I'll challenge you for a bare knuckle fight, but in the ring, yeah. In the ring, referee properly done. Whether it's gloves or bare knuckle, I don't care. Listen, I've done doors all my life. We never put gloves on. We always had bare knuckles anyway, yeah. But like I say, two guys at our age, you know, do people or the public or the audience want to see two 50-year-old guys or in their 50s, yeah, smash each other about and like a bit of a bloodbath? They don't want to see that, do they? They want to see it with gloves clean and a proper match. So I said to John, you can have it any way you want. Gloves on, gloves off. I'm here. Don't bother me.
I think you've made a great case for why this fight should take place and where this fight should take place. I suppose the last bit that we've got is there a date potentially that you've got set somewhere when this fight will take place?
Listen, I can make a date anytime he does a shout out, you know, and agrees to fight me. It's not a problem. Contracts will be drafted up straight away. Dates, I'll give him time. We'll give him 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks if he wants, you know. We'll give him time to train. We'll do it properly. And once he agrees to fight, it'll be a bigger build-up for both of us, you know, and it will draw more people in because they'll finally know it's happening. You know, there's a lot of people out there I'm hearing, I want to see this fight, you know. And so the quicker he comes out and agrees, the quicker we sit down, pen to paper, agree something on terms and conditions, and, you know, agree what time, or 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever he wants. And throughout them 6 to 8 weeks, it'll be a bigger build-up for both sides, you know, which should have happened before. He agreed to it before, and he's just gone completely off the rails, effing and blinding and saying what he's saying on the internet, you know. Next week, no, forget you, I want to fight Mike Tyson. He's trying to run away from me, get away from me, you know what I mean? He can't fight Mike Tyson. He's not allowed out of the country. Mike Tyson's not allowed in the country. There you go. Will that fight ever happen? And prior to that, he said, I'm going to show my body off, 50-year-old man. No one wants to see me like this. Forget you, I'll fight Mike Tyson. Then I said, what, you're going to put a pair of shorts to fight Mike Tyson? You know, he keeps like changing his ways. So I think basically he's done his own work on me, and maybe he doesn't want to fight because he knows I can have it. You know, that's the only reason I think he doesn't want to entertain. He doesn't want to lose, basically, because his manager originally spoke to someone in London who I know and asked the question, can I fight? And they said, well, yeah, you know, he can hold his own. And yeah, but have you seen him box? You know, they wanted to know the technical issues. Has a friend of mine seen me box? Can I fight? Before he takes the challenge, you know? That's just someone wants to get involved if he knows he can beat the other side. And that's how I look at it, you know. To me, John's a big man, you know what I mean? Doesn't bother me. I'm shorter than him. He's a lot taller than me. He's going to find it hard to punch down. I don't have to punch up, do I? I'll just take the tree out of the middle.
So there's definitely a will and an element from your end that 100% you want this fight to take place. You want this fight to take place under the safe and guidance of gloves, medical team, and as professional as we're going to get it. Is that what you're telling me, Mickey?
That's what I want, yeah. Yeah, 100%. I don't want it 100%. I want it 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm up for a big time, you know. So it's just when he can come out, when he wants to come out. I mean, going to Manchester the other day, putting a big billboard up, we're going to be plastering them everywhere in Manchester. And listen, at the end of the day, he doesn't have to fight me, but he's got to live with the fact that he didn't fight me. The embarrassment, the tarnishing of his name, especially in his community, which is going to hurt him more than hurt me. He'll call me a champion anyway. Once he gets up and says, "Don't want to fight me," he's lost the game anyway. He's lost the fight, and that's the way it is, you know.
No, I definitely think again you've presented your case there extremely well. We'll put this video out this evening. We'll see if we get any reaction or any feedback from anybody else. It'd be fantastic to hear from somebody from John Fury's side. We'll reach out and we'll see if we can get a response from them. As we come to a conclusion, is there any final words or comments that you want to pass across, Mickey?
Yeah, just my condolences to John Fury and Peter Fury, the family. Apparently their mother passed away the day before, I think. So my condolences, but my heart goes out to them, to all the family. As much as I want to get this fight on, there's a little bit of a heart inside me and a bit of a thought behind anyone that passes away, you know, even a stranger. You know, my condolences my heart goes with you guys. And may your mother rest in peace.
No, Mickey, I'm sure that the kind words and they'll be well received. Right, guys, we're going to bring that to an end there. We will try and bring you more content of this and make sure that we keep engaged with this as this goes on and continues. But I'm Brett Redmond. This is Bad Intentions Boxing. Please don't forget, if you haven't already, click that like, comment, share, and subscribe button. As I say, we're going to keep more of this. Mickey, thanks very much. It's been a pleasure this evening.
You're welcome. Take care.
And you too, buddy.